Hi guys, welcome to a Grey Hat Spot. My name is Sedu. I am the instructor of this course. So introductions, learn what it takes to become a penetration testing expert. So in this course, you will learn from basic to advanced and modern technique to find vulnerabilities through information gathering, create and use exploits, and be able to escalate privileges in order to test your IT security system defenses. So what is the course for? Is IT system or network engineer, security professional, ethical hacking knowledge, basic program skills, so other technology professionals is good. So course overview, getting comfort with Kali Linux for penetration testing. So it is like an introduction to penetration testing, like you will see basic Linux commands, basic service to use in Kali Linux, and then service management. So what about the bash shells, how to use it, the bash shells, and then some practice scenarios. So I will show you that. So practicing hack test tools, you will see that nmap, so how to use the nmap and netcat, and then bind or reverse shells, wireshark, TCP dump, bub suits, and metasploit basics. And then active and passive information gathering. So you will see the port scanning and the DNS enumerations, and then Google search, how to use a Google search and hacks, and then nmap scripts, Python Perl scripts, vulnerability scanning. So you will see under the active and passive information gathering, and then introduction to buffer overflows. So you will see the basic concept of these buffer overflows, and then fuzzing using you will see how to use a debugger like immunity debugger, okay, and then you can see that controlling EBP, ESP, EIP, and then bad characters, and then create a payloads. So you will see under the introduction to buffer overflow, and then exploit techniques. So I will show you that how to perform that XSS, and then the cross-site script, and then SQL injections, and then password attack, public exploitations, public exploits, and then MSF Venom, and then how to use a tunneling, what is tunneling, and then how to where to use it, and then later and then antivirus avoidance. So I will show you that, and then privilege escalations. And the privilege escalations is all about the Linux OS and application services of files, Linux files, and the Linux networking, Linux misconfiguration, confidential informations. So you will see this kind of stuff, and then pen testing breakdown. So there are some practice. I will show you that under the pen test breakdown. So like privilege escalation, so most advanced the exploitations, so reconnaissance and vulnerabilities identification. So I will show you that. So we will first we're gonna see the getting comfortable with Kali Linux for penetration testing. Let's go for the lab. First we start with the command who am I. So this command is one of the command that is used to display information about the current user. So, okay, so it shows that's my current username. Okay, so next we will see net share command. So it asking password. So I don't have at the moment, I don't have the shared network. So this command displays the information about all of the resources that are shared on the local computer. For each resource, the device names, path names, and descriptive commands are displayed. Okay, so next we will see net local group. So this command let you add, displays, or change local groups. So this is one of the very useful command. So if you want to retrieve only the administrators, so you can use adding the administrator with this command. So let's see local group, and then administrator. Okay, so let's try this net local group administrators. So it just retrieve local administrator. So okay, so next we will see net user pen test users. So you can the next command you can use a net view. Let's see. So this command okay, now let's see the net view command. So this command sorry, there's a typo. So this command displays a list of domains, computers or resources that are being shared by the specific computer. So is used with the parameters. So NetView displays a list of computers in your current domains, but I don't have a, right now I don't have a domain. So later on videos I will create a domain. I will show it this command. So I will show more command, so how to use it. Now let's see the update command, update db. So this command is create it's create the update db creates or updates a database used by locate. If the database already exists, its data is reused to avoid rereading directories that haven't changed. So update db is usually run daily by cron to update the default database. So if you are not sure, if you guys not sure about the command, so you can use the man command to find, so this man command is very useful. So now we can go to check the locate command. So this locate command helps to find a file, so this locate commands reads one or more database prepared by update db and write files names matching at least one of the pattern to standard output 1 pair lines. So let me show you that. So let me check this file. Let me create a file now on the desktop. Okay, use the extension .txt. Okay, so you can see retrieve all the text that's saved on my computer. You see here. So let's say if you want to bring all the Python py, it shows all the Python files. So if you want to gives a 20 result, the first 20 result, so you can use this command. Okay, so it shows it give you the first 20 result of the file with the extension .py extension, So we will see the next command, which if you are not sure what is the file, so it will shows whether the Python language is installed and so on, if you want to know more about this. So and then we can also use this let's say which bash, so it tells you where the bash shell is. Okay, so and then you can use this option, adding option, which -a. Let's say, so I'm using a John the Ripper, so the application, the program, so John the Ripper, sorry. So let me use the same command, sorry, the Python. So this, when you're adding options which dash a, so this will tell you all the places a specific program is installed. Okay, so where the Python is installed, so everything you guys can use this command. So next we are going to see the find command. So the find command in Unix is a Unix or Linux, you know, is a command line utility for walking a file hierarchy. So it can be used to find files and directory and perform subsequent operations on them. So it supports search by files, folders names, creation date, modification date, owner, and permissions. It's very useful command. So you guys can use this to find the files, the important files, if you forgot something. So let me show you that. So let's say desktop. So okay, so I just want to see all the file on the desktop. So it gives a list of all the file in that particular folder. So this is very useful command. And then let me try the few commands. So most frequently, so you guys can use it, save your time. So name, and then extension, whatever the extensions, in my case it's Python, yeah. And then enter. So you will get all the list of the Python files in your computers. So what you can do, you can also try you search only the 2 directory. If you want to search only the 2 directory or 4 directory depth for all Python files, so you can use this, just adding maximum depth. So depth equal 2. So just only 2 depths, there's a permission denied. So which means this will only search 2 directories depth for all Python files. So if you want to add 4 depth, so here just adding 4. So you guys can see here, so it's permission denied, so that's why it's not going. So the sum of them is shown, 4 depth, permission denied. See here 1 2 3 4, right? Let's see this command. So this command helps to find that were accessed in the last 20 days. Okay, so last 20 days those files are were accessed. So this command is very useful. Okay, so and then if you want to finds the files that are 50 megabytes, so you can use this command. Sorry, there is small typo. Sorry, I did use. Okay, now we can check. So we can check here because I used a small letter, so this is a capital letter. So this command helps to find this the size that are 50 megabytes. Okay, so if you want to change the size like 100 megabytes, so you can check it, you can change it. So let's check the next command. So how to check the version of the system, right? So this is one of the very good command, useful as well. So this, you can find the version, the latest versions, so everything, the piece of information you can find. And then if you want to check the kernel version, here you go, probe, and then version. So you can find this kernel version here, and then the normal basic command you might have, some of you. So how to check the username, like name, so the host name, so everything you can find. You can Google it to find more commands. The Google is your best friend. So if you have any doubt stuck with the command, so you can just Google it with the error message, just search the error message to find more information. So now let's go to the next topic. So we have now completed successfully the first one, the basic Kali Linux, and then second we will see the we will look at the services that you can use in Kali Linux for penetration testing. So first we start with the SSH. Okay, so some of you are aware of this, the SSH. SSH is a cryptographic protocol that provides communication security over a computer network, connecting an SSH client application with an SSH server. So it is typically used to access shell accounts on remote servers. So shell accounts are typically available on Linux systems and provides a user interface to the operating system service for the purpose of system management. So in my test environment, so I'm using a Windows 10 as a open SSH server, and then client as a Kali Linux machine. So let me show you that. So SSH client is my Kali Linux machine, and then SSH servers is a Windows 10. So what I installed, so I'm going to connect this from Kali Linux to SSH server. Okay, so let me check my IP address, Windows machine IP address. Okay, so it is 135. So now my Kali Linux machines, I'm going to connect using username as a root at 192.168.135. Okay, so let's wait for the connection. Sorry, there's a small mistake. So my username is a wintest. Okay, yeah, let me double check. So here, yeah, wintest. Okay, so now it will connect. So it looks is connection timeout. So what is the issue? Let me check this services first. First we need to check the port number. Netstat A fine 22. So you can see this port number, so it's not enabled, it's not listening. Okay, so let me enable that. Let me start the services through the services window. So here, go to the services. Okay, so now open SSH server. So here is this the services is not started yet, so we need to manually start it. Okay, done. So now let's try this. Okay, now it's listening. The port 22 is listening now. You can see here, right? Now let's go back to the Kali Linux machine. So connect this, yes. So this, yes. Okay, what is the password? Password of my Windows machine. Okay, So it's now successfully connected. So we can make sure here the host name, so we can check this host name. Yes, and then ipconfig. So we can make sure using this command so we are logged in the correct server, the machine. Okay, so now we can also use this to check the connected machine. Yeah, okay, now it's closed, connection is closed when you use this exit command. So you can also execute the command without logging to the terminal. So let me open the user, the root user. Okay, now let's execute the command. So wintest, so 192.168.0.135, and then ipconfig. Okay, so here you can enter this username. So you guys can see here SSH, and then username of my Windows machine, and then IP address of my Windows machines, and then command. So what are the command you want? So then I'm going to press the enter button. So it's asking password, so you need to enter the password. So then let's wait for this output result. So you guys can see here, so I didn't log in the terminal, so directly I execute from using this command. Okay, now let's see the example how to use this penetration, use this command the penetrating way. So let's see if you want to change the password on the remote client machines. So you can use the same command, but you need to edit this here. So I'm going to change the password on my Windows machine from my colleague. So for that, net user, and then wintest is the host name. Okay, and then password, the cool pass. So this is a password, new password. So I'm going to enter. Okay, so let's wait. So it's asking password now. The old password is okay. So now the password going to change. So now you guys can see the command is completed successfully, which means this cool password set as a new password for my Windows machine. So now we can use the compress the traffic. So we can see how to use this command. So wintest at 2.168.0.135. So with these commands, password, so it will help to compress the traffic. So it's useful if you have limited bandwidth or want to stay stealthy. Okay, so now exit, so clear. So we can use the SSH keygen. Okay, so this will create a, so I'm not going to use this, so I'm just showing you. So this will, you can use this SSH-keygen command to generate a public or private key authentication key pair. So the authentication keys allow a user to connect to remote systems without supplying a password. So key must be generated for each user separately. So if you generate a key pairs as the root users, only the root can use this key. Okay, so there is a lot of tutorials out there. You can Google it, how to use the ssh-keygen command in Linux and Kali machines. So here you guys, so how to create the SSH pair for user authentications. So there's a lot of tutorials out there. Okay, so and then next command. So we can see now the port forwarding. So the port forwarding is one of the very useful provided by the SSH. So we can see the local port forwarding, right? So the local forwarding is used to forward a port from the client machine to the server machine. Basically, the SSH client listens for connections on a configured port, and when it receives a connections, it tunnels the connection to the SSH server. Okay, so let's see the example command here. Let's say google.com 780. So win test at 192, my host name, IP address, sorry, username and IP address 135. Okay, enter. Password. Okay, sorry, there's a mistake, the host name. Okay, so now let's check port number. So let me open the split. It reuse. Okay, so it's very easy for you to understand. So I'm going to check this port. So crap 32. So yeah, so now you guys can see here on the Kali Linux machines, so the port forwarding, right? So now exit. Okay, so so there is also remote port forwarding, so you can use a capital R options. So where you are port forwarding to the box, so you want to access. So local port forwarding is a forwarding a port out, so it can be accessed outside the box, So let's see now the another command, SCP. So SCP is a, according to Wikipedia, SCP is a secure copy protocol. Is a means of securely transferring computer files between a local host and a remote host, or between two remote hosts. So it is based on the secure shell protocol. Okay, SCP commonly refers to both the secure copy protocol and program itself. So let's use this command. So before that, let me collapse this. Okay, now so before that, let me check the file what I have. So let me try transfer this file to my Windows machine. Okay, so for that, SCP cool text, and then my Windows username, and then IP address, and then what is the destination location? So the destination is C, and then users in test, and then desktop. Okay, so let me show you let's go back to the Windows machine. So if there is any file, okay, so this is a desktop, so I'm going to transfer the file from my Kali Linux machines. Okay, so just going to enter password. So the file has now transferred successfully. So let's go back to the Windows machine now. So now you guys can see here, so the file has transferred successfully. So we can also take back from server to our client machine. Okay, so for that we need to use this command. So we can use this SSH, Windows host username, and IP address 192.168.0.135. okay, so on the destination, so where you want me to put, so you can users. So this is a source. So and then desktop. So and then this destinations. So where you want me to put, where you want to transfer the files on the Linux machine from. So this is from server to client on my Kali Linux machines. Home, Kali, download, or desktop. Yeah. So let me check this on my desktop, the Kali Linux machine. So there is no file. So now I'm going to enter. So asking the password now, the Windows password. So the reason, because there is a small typo here. So now you guys can see the file has transferred. So because if there is any typo, so the file won't be transferred. So you can now check this. See here, right? So another service we're going to see, that Apache, so web server, Apache 2. So Apache is the most commonly used web server on Linux systems. So web servers are used to serve web page requested by client computer. Okay, so let's see this, the Apache server. So I'm going to check the status now. So Apache 2. So now I can see this. If you guys have no Apache server, so you have to install. So normally you can use this command. Let me check. Yeah, sudo apt. So I am already in the root. So you can use this command to install Apache server. So but I have already installed, so I just want to show you. So once you install, you need to start the services. So let's now try check this, you know how to check this. So let me now enter clear. So echo, thanks for watching. Subscribe, gray hat spot. Okay, so now enter this. HTML index.html. Okay, so now we can check this. You can open the browser to see this. So I'm going to type localhost. So now you guys can see here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, agree, hotspot. Okay, so this commands is referred to the localhost, and this one, second one, is sent to the index.html.page. So this sending the message to here. Okay, so now let's check that FTP. So FTP is a file transfer, so most of you over this. So I have the FTP server on my Windows machine. Okay, so this is the Windows machine. So the file, the FTP incoming file is here. So the two files I have created for testing purpose. So let's check this on the desktop. So FTP, so sorry, FTP and then IP address of the Windows machine is asking the password, the user password. Okay, so you guys can see here the two files. So I'm going to check here how to do that. I do 168.0.135. so its FTP is connected now, and then we can now enter the password. Okay, so it's now connected now. So you can see list here, and then we can also open here FTP, and then 135 it's asking password, that AGS, and then okay, don't serve. Here you can see. So how do I get this? So there is a two way. So one is you can use the Windows Explorer. So here just copy. This is a normal way, very common. So you guys can see here. So just copy and then just drag it up here. Okay, or else you can use this command. Let's say if you want to put the command, put command. I mean the put. You can use the put command to transfer the file from Kali machine to Windows machine. Okay, AGS test put. Let's say the test files. So let me create a file first. Here. So okay, it's already there. It's test.exe. So I'm going to put this file to FTP. Okay, just enter. So let's now check this AGS test. Okay, so now you guys can see here the file is here, text. Okay, so that's it guys, that the two topic is completed. So we will see the next video, the service management in Kali Linux machines. So how to use that service management stuffs. So please subscribe my channel if you haven't. Press the bell button to get more update. Share the video to your friends guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.